Hello and welcome, friends. My name is Sydney Ward. I am the energy healer and intuitive guide behind Like Anima Wellness. I want to thank you so much for being here, for sharing your energy with me, and for sharing your time with me. Today we're going to talk about the new moon in Aries. And I want to start by saying the first ever new moon circle that I hosted, the first ever moon circle that I hosted, was for a new moon in Aries. And I say that just because it's a time for me that is really special. It's a time every year that I get to remember this very big part of my work, right? I had been teaching classes, I had been doing energy work, but that was really the first time that I had pulled something out of my personal practice, soul medicine out of my personal practice, to share with other people in such a raw and vulnerable way. And it was so powerful for me and for everyone that I was with, and it was amazing, and it's been a huge influence on all of the work that I've done since. So I'm kind of a big fan of the new moon in Aries. Now, for this, right, we just entered Aries, the sun sign, right? It's Aries season. So if you've got a birthday around now, you're in Aries. Reason I mention it is the new moon is always in the same sign as wherever the sun is. So that means that the new moon, while the sun is in Aries, is also in Aries. Aries is the first sign in the zodiac. It's the first one in the astrological wheel. So this is also the time of the astrological new year. We're turning over a new astrological or zodiac year. With that, dream time from Pisces is over for now, and it's time to take action. And if you are here seeing this, if you've showed up here, if you're watching this video and have been curious about working with the moon, this is your official invitation from the universe to start, to initiate that practice. Now, I know, because I was there when I started working with the moon, there's a lot of information out there and it can be really overwhelming. My suggestion always is to start with the new moons. Start working with new moons, their energy, work with them for a few cycles, a few months, and when that part of your practice starts to feel consistent, you start to get into a rhythm with that, then start playing with full moons, doing both new and full moons for a few cycles, letting that become consistent. Now that is more than enough soul work and moonology to keep you busy. I promise it is. But once those two things are feeling a little more consistent, then maybe we look at adding quarter moons and daily moons and the more subtle fluctuations. But like I said, that new and full moon combination, the polarity of those two is really powerful. And if that's, I don't want to say if that's all you're working with because that's so much, but that's all you need to be working with. New moons are generally about new beginnings, a fresh cycle. Each moon has a unique energy or an extra charge to offer you. Aries can be fierce, headstrong, enthusiastic and fun, restless, and even entrepreneurial. It's a very active, forward-moving kind of energy. Now, a few things that I think are really great for a new moon in Aries. One is to make a 12-month plan for what you want to manifest in your life. Rather than thinking about this as like a business plan and a 12-month plan in that aspect, instead start from where you want to be. Where do you see yourself in the future? Where do you want to land yourself in the future more accurately, right? What do you want your life to look like? How do you want to feel? What kind of person do you want to be? How do you want to be showing up in the world? Thinking of those big questions and making a 12-month plan that's achievable and realistic to get you from where you are to that place. Second, look at where you can be more bold. Where can you show up more courageously, more intensely as yourself? Where can you let your passions really blossom in your life? Look at that and start to plan those things, to put those things into your life, your daily life, your weekly life, your monthly life, however it needs to show up for you. This is the time to identify them and say, I'm going to do that, the time to initiate. The third thing is to focus on you. If it's only one time a year that you make over your wardrobe or your website, or that you have a really luxurious spa day, make it this time of year. Make now the time that you treat yourself to that, because all those seeds that you're planning for yourself are now at the beginning of the year, in both in the new moon and in the beginning of the new astrological cycle, are going to stay with you and grow throughout the year. Now, a little bit of advice for anytime the moon is in Aries, right? So the way I like to use daily moons is, I've got huge to-do lists for what I need to do for my business, for my personal life, my self-care, in my partnership, with my friendships and my social life, and engage like events and engagements that I need to be at, and just these like it always seems like it's coming from everywhere. So when I really don't know where to go, I look at where the moon is and let that help direct where I'm going to put my energy and what I'm going to focus my time and effort on at that time. So some considerations for any time the moon is in Aries, not just when it's new. One is that it's a great time to make the first move in all aspects. It's time to take initiative. You may be feeling restless, so burn off some energy by being active. Give yourself space and time to do that. With that, maybe being active looks like, taking a vinyasa class or going for a run, but can also look like deep cleaning your house or other physical tasks at home. Don't be in a hurry. It can be really easy to get all fired up and be kind of frenetic. Take deep breaths. Take your time with everything. Don't let yourself be rushed into anything. Equally, our passions can run a little high here, right? We can get a little heated, so don't let your passions pull you into heated arguments. In matters of work and job seeking, pay attention to the details, both in what you're receiving and what you're communicating to other people. In general, don't trust a hard sell. Like if anybody's trying to push you into anything, that should be a kind of a reminder in Aries that's like, let's just put a pause on that. Negotiate, barter for a more balanced situation for everyone involved. Be ready to walk away from a bad deal. And above all else, just take your time. If you need more time or you're not sure, you feel like you're kind of in that emotional wave, take a step back and sleep on it. Be mindful with that of feeling annoyed by small matters. Sometimes in these fiery signs, when the moon is in these more fiery signs, our emotions can kind of bubble up or spark up. It's a good time to practice mindfulness, to become aware of those things, and just diffuse them with a few deep breaths. On a lighter note, it's an excellent time to get adventurous in the kitchen, to play with some new spices, to literally spice things up a little bit. It's just anytime the moon is in Aries, we want to be mindful of our passions rising. Not that that's a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with that. And we want to invite or accept the invitation to take initiative. Bottom line. So, if you want to work on this energy with me, on Monday, March 22nd at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, I am hosting a moon circle. It's a virtual moon circle, so from anywhere in the world you can join, and I would love to have you there. If you have questions about any of this stuff, whether or not you come, I want you to feel free to reach out to me and ask. I'm always happy to help in any way that I can. And yeah, I'm just so grateful to be sharing this work and sharing this knowledge with you. And if there's anything I can do to be of service as you start on your moon work journey, let me know. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and a happy new moon.